Many of the gags were on camera. When Pesci gets burned in the head.
Yes, a famous.
Okay, that was an on-camera practical effect that we did. We had a two-way mirror in front of the lens, and then the two-way mirror projected off to the side a little black square. Within the black square, we had a mannequin so that we could have real fire hitting the mannequin around the head, and it would contour, the fire would contour itself around the mannequin's head. And we lined it up exactly so that it looked like it was hitting Pesci. You know?
Unbelievable.
How are you coming up with these? I mean, on the spot, on the day, are you collaborating with Chris and the production designer, and are you sort of in a room and drawing things? How are you coming up with these? In that
case, we talked about how we couldn't afford to do it with visual effects. And I think John Muto, the production designer, said, well, we could always do a mirror shot. And I went, what the hell is that?
Right.
You know, and he goes, well, if you get a two-way mirror and you project the thing, and, you know, have you ever been to Disneyland? You know, when you're in the haunted house ride and you see the people dancing, the ghosts dancing around, it's the same effect that you're reflecting. And I go, oh, shit, well, let me see if I can figure that out. And it just happened to work. The other one was when we had to shoot Kevin at the Christmas tree, and he's looking at the red ball, and he sees a reflection of the bad guys. He sees Pesci peeking through the window.
Right.
So we had to figure out how to get the camera that close and shoot that and not see ourselves. So we figured out how to put two mirrors at an angle with a hole cut in the middle, so that you would be reflecting other parts of the house instead of the camera.
Awesome. I've never heard of that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was cool.
I wanted to ask you, too, about the tarantula.
Yes.
I mean, he has a point of view on this.
I mean, the tarantula kind of steals the show in a lot of scenes.
It does.
Every scene that it's in the foreground or in the background, it kind of just like, it's a major character, really.
Was it real on the face?
It was real on the face.
You put a tarantula on his face.
Yeah, and the funniest thing about that, so you know, you had a spider wrangler. So Daniel Stern goes, you know, right before we do the scene, I just want to confirm with you that the spider is not going to sting me.
Right, of course. Logical question.
Right. And the wrangler goes, well, I'm sorry, but I can't guarantee that. So he got nervous, and then he finally says, oh, shit, let's just do it. You know, and he got into like a thing. And then we did it, and with that energy and that panic 100%. And that reaction, it was real, and it was on his face, and he flipped out, and we got it.
It's a genuine reaction.
But I had read that the scream was dubbed in because if he would have screamed, it would have bit him maybe. And was that true?
I think so, but I guarantee you that he screamed. I heard a scream.
Was there a camera that you use, and did you have a name for it?
Yes.
What is it called?
Yeah, we used to call it bonus cam.
But you had another name for it.
Also known as the chicken shit camera.
Okay, that's right.
Because when we started, and I felt so bad, these stunt guys were taking big falls, you know, and Chris would watch the monitor and cringe. So I wanted to respect that. So I was also scared that I wasn't going to get the stunt. So we'd usually have two cameras on the stunt. And then I got, you know, an IMO camera, the smallest camera possible with I remember it was a 100-foot spool of film. And
You're talking like inches by inches.
Camera.
It's small, right? Is there a
know.
moment you can think of in the film where it's in that chicken shit cam and a hero shot, or that it saved you?
Oh, absolutely. Almost. Well, you don't know what happened was that bonus cam at Daly's became the hero. It was the funniest shot.
Really?
It was, you know, oftentimes all we could do is put it on the edge of the frame.
Right.
And then it just so happened that Pesci would fall and his face would be right next to the camera. and it was the best shot of the whole gag, because it was wide, it was silly, but it was effective.
Vince Vaughn had told me that you used it on Wedding Crashers for similar reasons, right? These guys are violently hitting each other for real on the field, and you want to capture it.
You want to capture it, and what's really fun is to place it and hide it so that people don't even know it's there.
They don't know that it's there.
Yeah,
it's providing you insurance to get the shot.
So so you'd have very commonly known as a trash can camera, where there'd be a trash can in the middle of nowhere, and we're hiding a camera inside.
Right. But
when we figured out that this wide angle was really working, then we started to think about what else can we do with it. Let's tie it to a rope and let's send it down the chute, to be the point of view of the iron falling down. And for the audience to see the nail right before he steps on the nail. And that was a very simple gag where the nail, as you push down on it, it just went under.
Right. That's
but and I put an extra little light on the nail so that
make sure you really know it's right where your eye goes.
And all the comedic stuff, it plays better wide.
It does.
We learned that comedy works best when you see the detail, then you see the results wide. And then in the ideal world, you have the person watching it